Check out my new Sony camera.
Whoa. It does pretty much everything those big professional cameras do.
And it fits in my purse.
You took that? Yeah. Wow.
Sony, Camera of the Year award winner, 2 years in a row.
Curry for three. Steph Curry from downtown. Here's Curry for three. He's got it, and it counts. Curry for three. Yes! Steph Curry on fire.
A little flashback to what Del Curry did so well for so many seasons. And between the two of you, I did the math on this, you've hit 2,640 NBA three-pointers.
That's pretty good.
It's a lot of threes.
There you go, Del.
Yeah.
So
1,245 for Del, by the way.
Technically, between the three of us, we've hit 2,640 NBA three-pointers. So we thought with the two of you here, we'd get you guys to talk about the spot-up three in particular and a couple of different ways it comes about.
Yeah, one of the things Del and I appreciate during the playoff time is the fact that you have star players who create a lot of space on the floor. People defensively have to pay attention to you, suck the defense in, you've got to find shooters. So we're watching LeBron James on this particular play, finding Chalmers. These are the kind of shots that these guys have to make in the playoffs for their team to advance. And if they have championship aspirations, which all of them do, they've got to get consistency from guys. Kobe Bryant making the right play in this game, game 4 to Steve Blake in the corner. Harden, great play to Daquan Cook. Tremendous three-point shooter for Oklahoma City. But these are all the star guys who have the ball in their hands, Matt, making plays for spot-up shooters. Feet are set, you're ready to go. One of the best in the league this year, Steve Novak Kane, as we like to call him here, as he puts the defenses to sleep. So I thought it'd be great to talk to Del about some of the things you think about as a spot-up shooter. As the play starts to happen, what is it that you're going to do as the offensive player, relying on the star guy to make a play? So I'm the offensive player. I'd love to play LeBron James. I'm LeBron James. I'm getting into the middle of the lane, and now I'm seeing the defense collapse, and my job is pretty easy, Matt. On time and on target pass once I see the defense react. But as I make the pass to you, Del, what are the thought process for you as a shooter, especially in the corner?
First, when I see you start to make your move, I've got to make sure that I'm in your line of vision and give you a good angle to hit me as a shooter. After I get that line of vision, I take a quick look at the basket to make sure I know exactly where the rim is. Make sure my feet are behind the line. I think the worst shot in basketball is when you've got a toe on the line. So I don't make sure my feet is behind me, and use the term, Matt, that you used. Do your work early as a shooter. Have your feet set. Be ready to shoot once you're handed the ball. Once the ball is delivered, you don't have time. You're going to get a defender running at you. You've got to catch and release and have confidence that you've knocked those down before.
And what about the dynamic, Del, for you as far as the corner goes? Because there's not much space. We see a lot of guys, stepping back, getting out of bounds. What are some of the things you're thinking about as the ball gets there and working in that limited space?
Well, first, I think you shouldn't be able to take a step back. You've got to be sort of a spot-up shooter where you're at a free throw line, for instance, and your feet are already set, where you just catch, get a good bounce, and go up. If you step back, you said it's real short to the sideline, you could be out of bounds. I don't think you have time or the wherewithal to move your feet. You have to catch and shoot.
Well, we saw Gallinari in that game 4, Matt, look down and actually was on the line. It was a big shot. Could have put him up by 1, ended up being a 2-point play. So that's a spot-up version. But we're seeing also guys, obviously, in a transition situation where you're running down and you're running to the 3-point line because you have a skill set. So that's another difficult thing to defend. You see Manu on the play as the second quarter ended in this game, and the Red Rocket knocking down a 3-pointer in the corner, Matt Bonner. Kyle Korver, one of the best at the league, of looking back as he's running, trying to spot the ball where Derrick Rose, in that case C.J. Watson, throwing ahead and finding him. And then you see another kick pass there to get it to Mike Miller. So when you talk about transition, it's much different because there's different parameters happening. We'll talk to Del about that. So in transition, all I'm looking for is when the guys are ahead, if I see a 3-point shooter just having space, and LeBron James does this well, Rondo does it fantastic, I want to get it to my shooter in a good rhythm. But now, what's the different mindset for you, Del, as opposed to waiting for the play?
It's more of a rhythm and timing play. You want to make sure that the guy with the ball squeezes in the defense, and you're in good rhythm and timing so that he can give you the ball and you're still behind the line.
One of the aspects I want you to touch on, Del, is if you're ready to shoot and I don't deliver the ball to you, how do you stay ready to shoot? Like, I might give it to you here, and if I don't, I'm going to keep moving. How do you stay ready?
I think you slide as you dribble toward the basket. You have to slide as an offensive player. Again, get in that line of vision, and it gets you in a sort of a rhythm so that you can shoot the basketball. If you stand still, the defense can find you, so you just kind of slide with the guy with the basketball. Make sure you're ready to let it go once you catch it.
In a half-court situation, we see this with the Spurs. We saw you do it and so many other Spurs who were designated to be that corner three guy. That's obviously a product of the offense. In a transition situation, how much of where you are is stuff you've worked on? How much of it is chemistry, and how much of it is just playing ball?
Well, I think a lot of it is chemistry with the guy with the basketball, that point guard. He's got to know that I've got a three-point shooter out here, so I'm going to try to create, draw the defense in so that I can get him a clean look, a look that he has able to see the rim, but also able to take his time, really set up and knock it down.
And one of the best guys at doing that is Rondo. He does such a great job of letting everybody flow, the defense kind of flow back to the lane, and then find trail shooters. If you got Ray Allen and Paul Pierce trailing, why wouldn't you do this? Look at Rondo. Lets all that traffic clear. Avery Bradley makes that shot happen because he runs through the lane, and then Paul Pierce gets that trail three and knocks it down.
If you guys were NBA general managers and you had your choice, who would be the three guys you would look to first, assuming they're available, in that role, a designated three-point guy?
Me first or Dell first?
He's the visitor.
I'll go first. First, I've got to take my son, Stephen Curry. Taught him everything I knew. I know about shooting at three.
Okay.
And he was tops right there in the top 5 in three-point shooting.
Absolutely.
This
Great shooter.
Ray Allen, a guy I played with in Milwaukee, not dead shooter, can take any shot anywhere on the floor. You've got to guard him once he crosses the half-court line. And then Paul Pierce. We just saw him knock down a three.
Huh.
Ray, Dirk, and Nash. Ray, Dirk, and Nash.
Ray, Dirk, and Nash.
That's it.
All pretty good.